Okay, we're doing now B'Shem Mizbarach Daf Nun Tes Amud Aleph. We start off with the sugya that belongs to Masech Chala. Tana. Isha oisa Pesach Rishon la'atzma Asheni Tfeila Acher Divrei Meir. And Meir says that the first one she can be all by herself, but the second one she can only be a tofel. Have you seen Oima Isha oisa Pesach Sheni la'atzma Afilu b'Shabbos Eitzach Lemer Rishon? He says no. Even the second one is a choiva just like the Rishon. And she can do it all by herself. Then we have the third shitta of Shimon. Shimon Lazar Oima Isha Oisa Pesach Rishon Tfeila Acherim Ein Oisa Pesach Sheni even at Tfeila. Pesach Rishon she can only make a tofel, and the Pesach Sheni she can totally not make. So the Gemara is going to bring out now all this verse. My time in the Reb Meir. Reb Meir, where does he learn out this halacha that the Rishon Atzma and the Sheni is only Tfeila? It says Ish Selaves Ovois. So he learns Pshat Imrotzu Labois. And for some reason, the second, the ish celebrates always means even for ladies. That part of a pasuk talks about the rishon. In Ratzi Laboyes, the sheni is rishus. So Selaboyes, you learn that the second part of the pasuk says Selaboyes means ish celebrates always in Ratzi Laboyes. And I understand that this Gemara learns that the whole pasuk talks about Pesach Sheni. Ish Salaves always that goes on the Zacharim, and the Ratzil Aboyes goes on the Bias means Isha. And the Gemara says Mistaber that this pasuk goes on the Sheni, because if not, the ladies will also be Mechuyev. That doesn't say why, but that's the svara that the mayor holds that pasuk goes on the Sheni. My time there, Yosi, Ish Salaves always. If Yosi learns, no, you're mechuyev to do. Kolshkin laboyes. It always means bonav nice. Yeshchiv. I'm talking also about Pesach Sheni. It's not Ratzu. It's talking about a Chiv. Matam de Shimon ish v'lay isha. He says no. The second Pesach is ish v'lay isha. She's totally nismat. But first Pesach, okay, we say at least she can do the shus. So I think all these three Tanoim somehow learn this pasuk talks about Pesach Sheni, and that's doesn't the Shami is not explaining it why, but that's how they learn all of them. That this pasuk talks about Pesach Sheni. Okay, now we're continuing. My time Rabbanon ish. How do they learn ish? It says ish, mashmalei isha. That's how Rabbi Shimon learns, right? They all say the ish is not. You don't dash an ish. They all say that ish is included. So what do they learn? They learn ish v'lei cotton. Now they go to Mishnah Masechta Chala goes command Omer Pischach Nosh Mishis. Mishnah says there they didn't allow her to bring Pesach Sheni because they hold that Pesach Rishus made she cannot bring it on her own. She only be at Tfeil Lacher. Rabbi Yosef feel like man Omer Pesachim Shnosh Choyve Shanya Hi Adova Mesuim Shleik Badova Choyve. Interesting halacha. So even if you hold it to Choyve, they didn't want So he's talking on the Pesach Rishon now. He's talking that Mishnah Masechta Chala is talking that a woman brought a Pesach Sheni and they did not allow it. So he says, even you're going to go to the shit that says the Pesach Rishon is a choiva, is not to allow her to bring your shis because people think it's a choiva. But so it means that Rabbi says Asya command the Omer. We have to explain. It means Asya. Asnisin the Chalik when Omer Pischon means here Pesach Rishon. We have to explain this. Okay, now we're going to continue the sugya. This really belongs in Masechta Chala, just brought down from here. Yas mich schacht le patrapam, yech mag shi roitz. It's nit be yas cotton, but yas god und nice can man ask based on achas. The cotton has no din, you must says love their rice, so he can eat whatever he wants. But a cotton godel, but a yas godel, it has a problem because it cannot belong to two pesachim. Like a person says for two people, I want to be in your carbon pesach. So what's the din? Tana bchia nina b'shnei pesachim ka'achas. Ich meiz behem shi nitchat rishon. If you tell two people you want to be in their Pesach, so whoever was shechted first, that's where you belong to. We had this in the Mishnah because each one is makpid, doesn't allow his part to go to the other person. Doesn't want the other guy should take control. In other words, if you're moicha, you say, I don't let you go to this guy because I don't want you, so you must, the person who's moicha must allow him to eat by him. That's a cloud. Whoever's not moicha, we say, okay, he doesn't care. But if you're moicha, you don't allow your ever to eat by this guy, you have a koich to be moicha, right? Because it's like you're not allowing your chelik in the Eved to be in a hand from that person. But you could say, come to me. I'm inviting you. If you're moiche, then you have to invite him for yourself. Now it says an interesting halacha. It sometimes can be that an eved should have three pesachim. So first, they makpid themselves there. Let's say nobody allows Reuven and Shimon, the two shutafim. Reuven doesn't say, I don't let you to eat by Reuven, by Shimon. Shimon says, I don't allow you to eat by Reuven. So finally, what he does is he goes to a third person. He goes to the Levi. They allow him to eat by Levi, that's not a problem. He said before, if they say, I don't allow you to eat, but you can go to somebody else, it's not a problem. He says, I don't allow you to go to my friend, but I don't care if you go to a stranger. Then it's okay. So he finds a guy Levi. Shicher echad mem chelkoi. Tzorch the manas al pesach acher. It's interesting halacha. So if Reuven is mashacher, this Eved right now cannot stay by Levi because there's a new chiyuv that was chal. He was mashucher. He got a new panim chadashis. It's a new. Even though Isha is also, but if it became a stronger chiyuv, he has to man himself to a different person. It's a very, I don't understand exactly why. That's what he's saying. His minui that it happened before he was meshucher is not good. So let's assume that he finds now Yehuda. It's up to Levi. Now he found a new Yehuda. Then the other guy is also meshacher. He goes to Yisachar. So he's imamun on three pesachim. Shloisha pesachim ke'achas. And that's Allah. He goes to all these three people. So let's see what it means. So does it mean he can eat from all the three? That's the Gemara is going to explain now. He can go to either because and he needs a new. It's very lumdish. I can't explain it because I don't know what's happening here. But he could somehow every minu he's mechuyev to do because he got a new part of him got meshucher, and he can eat from each one that he wants. And like this, he's the carbon. That's what it says here. But to understand how it works, lumdish, I don't have a good explanation for this. So the Gemara says he can eat from all three. He would say that you know what, you cannot eat from either of the three because you can't be mamun on three people, so you don't deserve to eat by anybody. If so how can he go to Levi and be maman himself with Levi? If he cannot eat, it means that a certain part of it is possible. It's shloila oichlov. It's part of this carbon. You say he can't eat if the Rav is mashachar him, right? Then you say that he's not allowed to eat from that Pesach. That means that this Pesach has a psul in it. But it must be that he has a right to eat from Levi, Yehuda, and Yisachar. From each one, he has a separate right to go and to eat. That's how he's yotze the carbon, the mitzvah. If you say he cannot eat, so the whole carbon of Levi should have been possible. So this is what Yisham is saying, and the Hezber again needs everybody needs to add some of his own thoughts to this halacha. Rabbi Yaakov Acha Omer B'Zira Omer. Rabbi Yaakov Acha said, "B'Zira boya Ramash Yetzav Hekdesh Evet." Ask a question like this: what's the halacha if a Rav can be Yotze the Evet? The Evet decided to be magish something. If the Rav is Yotze, then must need to. Even Abed says Shchoit Alai as a Pesach, must need to mit das Rabbi. As if Chalei Shlem das Rabbi on his own. The Rav can tell him go out of Shech the Pesach. That's clear. But if he goes on his own and decides to bring a Pesach for his Rav, it's question if he can do Shlem das Rabbi. We had before that Stam you cannot do Hafrosh Shlem das. Because the Rav doesn't want the Chatzi Acheres. The Chatzi Acheres. How is Shloim New York? It doesn't allow. If Mekadosh Isha is nothing because the Tzad Avdus cannot be Mekadosh. So nothing happens. Now it says Geirash. This is a very hard to understand what means Geirash. If you say can be Mekadosh, how can you get Megarish? So I don't know, I wrote a pshat here, I said this, but I think right now I'd rather say Geirash means Geirash ain't Choshna Geirusha means like saying even for Kahuna, you see like Kahuna, Geirash even ain't Choshna Geirash ain't Choshna Geirusha means that even for a Kohen is not a problem. Because the halacha is that since the Chatzi Eved has no koich to be Megarish, so nothing happens when he gives a Gerish. Shmuel Amar Choshesham lekedushav. It says legerushav, but immediately it means lekedushav. He holds that it happens something because there's part of it Meshachar. As you the Shmuel from Yehuda that Anina Talmud gonna be Shechetzi Eved Chetz Mechorin of Yehuda Chayev Mechamon Poitim. Just like there, Yehuda says that Chetzi Eved Chetz Mechorin has a koyach has a part of it that's Yisrael, and that's why you chayev by Gerebus Ish. Well, then here has a koyach to be Mekadesh. Okay, this is the end of the daf.